My girlfriend has given me an ultimatum. Remove the matching tattoo I got with my ex, or she's leaving me. I never thought I'd find myself in this situation. My girlfriend, someone I've been with for about a year and a half now, has given me an ultimatum. Remove the matching tattoo I got with my ex, or she's leaving me. It sounds so simple when I say it, but the reality is far more complicated. I've asked everyone I know, my friends, family, even my coworkers, what I should do, but all I've gotten are different answers, none of which make this any easier. Our relationship has moved quickly. After just 8 months of dating, I let her move in with me because she was sharing a dorm room, and the situation wasn't ideal. At first, everything seemed perfect. She's usually the sweetest, most caring person you could ever meet, and I truly mean that. She's the kind of person who notices the little things, like my favorite foods or the type of notebooks I prefer, and she surprises me with thoughtful gifts. I love that about her. But recently, she noticed something else, something from my past, and now I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Before my current girlfriend, I was with my high school girlfriend for about 3 years. We broke up when we left for college, and it was an amicable split. We don't talk anymore, but we're still friends on social media. About a month ago, my girlfriend and I were lying in bed together, just scrolling through our phones before falling asleep. I was watching random Instagram stories when my ex's story popped up. My girlfriend, being curious as always, leaned over to see what I was watching. Now, I won't deny that my ex is attractive. It was one of the reasons we got together in the first place. But my girlfriend is just as beautiful. Honestly, I've never compared the two or given her any reason to feel insecure. Still, she asked me who it was, and I didn't see any harm in being honest with her. I could see right away that she was upset, even though she tried to hide it. I apologized and offered to remove my ex from all my social media pages, hoping it would make her feel better. I reminded her that my ex and I had broken up on good terms, but I also made it clear that she was my main priority, that I loved her with all my heart. She appreciated my offer to remove my ex from my social media, and I could see that it did make her feel better, but she also admitted something that caught me off guard. She said it was a little weird that I'd been watching my ex's story while she was lying right next to me. I apologized again, feeling genuinely sorry for making her uncomfortable, and I naively thought that would be the end of it. But over the next few days, something changed. My girlfriend began acting distant. She was more secretive, constantly glued to her phone, which was completely out of character for her. I could sense something was wrong, but every time I asked, she insisted she was fine. I didn't want to push her, but the growing distance between us was starting to worry me. Then, the other night, I woke up to the sound of her crying in the bathroom. The sound was soft, as if she was trying not to wake me, but it broke my heart the moment I realized what I was hearing. I couldn't just lie there and do nothing. I got up and knocked on the bathroom door, telling her that I was there for her and that I didn't want her to suffer in silence. She seemed surprised that I had noticed, but she eventually opened the door and fell into my arms, sobbing. I held her tightly, not saying a word, just waiting for her to feel ready to talk. When she finally did, I was completely blindsided by what she told me. After that night when she saw me watching my ex's story, she started stalking her profile, and that's when she discovered something I never thought would become an issue. My ex and I had matching tattoos. It wasn't anything major, just a small symbol about the size of a quarter, on the same spot on our upper thighs. I have plenty of other tattoos, so I never thought to mention it to my current girlfriend. It just didn't seem important. But hearing her explain how she found out, and how it made her feel, I realized how foolish I'd been. She told me she was never usually a jealous person, but she couldn't help comparing herself to my ex. She was feeling gross, inadequate, and when she realized we had matching tattoos, it pushed her over the edge. She confessed that she hadn't been able to look at me the same since. That's why she had been distant. She didn't want to be intimate with me, knowing what that tattoo represented, and the thought of seeing it made her feel sick. We talked for a long time that night. I did my best to empathize with her, to apologize and reassure her, but no matter what I said, it felt like we were hitting a wall. There was this unspoken tension, a barrier between us that we couldn't seem to break through. After we had talked for what felt like hours, she finally told me what she really wanted: for me to remove the tattoo. I could tell how complicated and difficult her feelings were, and I wanted to be understanding, but I don't think she realized what she was asking. Tattoo removal is expensive, painful, and time-consuming. I'm saving up for a house, and the idea of spending that kind of money on something that doesn't even bother me personally just didn't sit right. When I explained this to her, she asked if I'd at least be willing to get a cover-up tattoo. Again, I told her that I already had all the ink I wanted and that I wasn't keen on the idea of spending money or going through the process of getting a tattoo I didn't even want. That's when things took a turn. She started to get upset, accusing me of not even trying to compromise with her. I tried to apologize, telling her I was sorry the tattoo bothered her, but I also made it clear that if she wanted it removed or covered up, she'd have to be the one to pay for it. I was only half joking, but I'd never seen her get so mad. Even though it was the middle of the night, she grabbed all her stuff and left right then and there. I was stunned, watching as she walked out the door. The next day, she texted me, saying she would come by next week, and if my tattoo wasn't removed or covered up by then, she would take her things and we'd be over. Part of me is completely heartbroken. This whole situation feels like a ridiculous argument that came out of nowhere. But then, there's another part of me that's really bothered. I trusted her, and now it feels like she's trying to control me, to dictate how I should alter my body. I get that it's not typical to have a matching tattoo with your ex, but this tattoo is small, no bigger than a quarter. I think I'd rather be with someone who can be more mature and easygoing about something like this, rather than someone who feels so entitled to make such demands.